Hey all, Heber here. So today we are beating up a whole flank by brawling them to death in the Edinburgh. And I love to do that. And Edinburgh is a really good brawler. Primarily down to the fact that it has 30mm armor, meaning that you can really pull off some very interesting moves in this ship here that you can't do in any other cruisers. At least at this tier here. So I also have an entourage of, I believe, 3 or 4 battleships following me into the A-cap, which, I mean, I'm not going to complain about it, but perhaps that's a little bit too many. Maybe one battleship too many, 2, maybe 1 following in, but it's okay, I'm not going to complain about it. It's much better than when the battleships just sit back far away. And there's no destroyers in this battle here, and that's also telling me that these battleship players, they are a little bit experienced because they've recognized that fact, and they're not scared of pushing in, at least the ones over here on my flank. So I'm pushing in. We gotta take this cap here because, like I said, there's no destroyers. So cruisers are gonna have to do the heavy lifting here, and it's no problem because it's the exact same way I always play this map here anyway. So I know there's a Baltimore over here somewhere, and if you watch this channel here, you know I hate Baltimores. I think it is a dirty ship that rewards passive gameplay, and I just despise it. So every time I see a Baltimore, I do my best to sink it, because I don't want people playing the ship. No, I don't really care, but I don't like it much. So the Baltimore, he looks like he's going to make a move. So I'm gonna get in before him. And I have a heal ready, so I'm full broadside, I realized that, and he may be able to get me, but it so happened that he didn't. And I'm still broadside, so I'm just going to see if I can take out his guns here to save myself a citadel. And yep, we got one of them, and my torpedoes does the rest. So that was the Baltimore down. Now we have the Carnot here, and he's broadside to my battleships. And the thing now is to keep in mind that I don't want to be broadside to any of these ships during this brawl here, which is the difficult part. Like, obviously the Iwami can one-shot me, but the Carnot is also a really dangerous ship. So you gotta, time it right. The Carnot just fired, so that means I can show broadside to him. And it's just in time because I need to maneuver to avoid these torpedoes here from the Iwami. And I believe I'm going too fast for the Iwami to follow me with its guns. I think that's why he's not firing, or he did fire there, but didn't get much out of that. So I got my torps off, and just trying to finish him off. But now it's time that the Carnot is going to have his reload done. So we're going to just show him the stern, so we don't get citadeled. And again, we are out-turning the guns on the Iwami. That's the whole point. Agile builds, love him. And that's the end of him. And as you can see, we're not showing any broadside to the Carnot, because like, you need to have that in mind. You cannot just barge into enemy ships and assume everything is fine. But he has broadside to me, which is interesting to say the least. He doesn't have any torpedoes to get off, so I don't know what he's doing. The battleship misses the shot, which is yeah, pretty bad shot. And I will also show the battleship what I think about that in a minute. I mean, yes, the battleship pushed in with me, but considering I had 3 battleships over here on this flank with me, and like they seem more preoccupied with capping, which is perhaps not, the best choice in this situation here. But anyway, it all worked out, but I would have liked a little bit more of help from these battleships here. But on the other hand, like, I'm not going to complain. At least they push in with me, and you can see they don't stick around over here. As soon as they finish capping, they start moving like perpendicular to the map towards B, and hoping to get some broadsides, which is good. This is exactly what I always want battleships to do. So I'm just nitpicking a little bit. So the carrier is angry at me, apparently, because I sunk 3 of his ships. I took the whole flank over here very quickly, very easily. And I don't want to get torped by the carrier. I hate that. And it's a big squadron here, so we're just going to turn into the torps the best we can do here. And I should have probably turned right there instead, because I'm just not agile enough to do that, but it was close. So now I'm thinking, do I want to chase down this Lexington here? Generally, the answer to this question is no, because he's just gonna go dark at some point, and you'll be lost out in no man's land trying to find the carrier, and you're gonna be wasting time. And again, I mess up torp run here. I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, I only get a one little tiny hit there. So the Lexicon is taking himself out of the battle. That's fine, but I'm not going to follow him. I'm just going to get off the last salvo, and then we're going to turn back in and do something useful here. Because there's only one battleship pushing the B cap, and we want to back him up. So that's more important than trying to farm damage off this carrier here. That's like, he's taking himself out of the battle, and he's just not important anymore. Now, unfortunately, not much actually happens in the rest of this battle here. I mean, I've certainly done my part. I took out 3 ships in the first few minutes, and the problem is that the remaining enemies are so far away. They're all the way on the other side of the map. And because that carrier attacked me, I was losing some time. So I'm just going to speed through it here because, like I said, absolutely nothing is happening. And it's a bit of a shame because I was thinking I could probably set an XP record in this game here because I got off to such a good start. But there's just nothing to shoot at. So that's just too bad. Anyway, I cannot complain. It's a victory and my battleships did well. And that's always good, right? So that was a brawling, flank wiping Edinburgh, ladies and gentlemen, and my favorite tier 7 cruiser in the game is just so good. With an agile build, if you haven't tried it, you're missing out, so I can only recommend you give it a shot. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, see you out there.